everybody, and welcome to week 7, day 2. So today we're going to do that long U spelling pattern. U, and then there'll be another letter, and then silent or magic E. I like to call it magic E. And E is here just to help you say its long sound. So our picture card that goes with long U is actually going to be a cube. And I don't know if you remember when we used cubes, we learned those shapes and we used a cube. And here's the picture card. Put that there. There's our cube. And you'll notice that C is making its regular sound. B is making its regular sound. If E was not here, the U would go back to its short sound cub. But here comes magic E. Da, 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 da. And U now says U, cube. So I'm going to spell a few words. I'm going to leave the U silent E, and I'm going to be putting in some other letters and see if you can figure out what they are before I even tell you what they are. Or we read them together. That's even better idea. Tube. Remember, if it didn't have the E, it would say tub. Now it has to say U, so tube. A tube of toothpaste. Tube. See if you can figure out what this one is. Tune. A tune is another name for a song. Change a couple of letters here. And there's the beginning sound. U. Fume. Fume is like a smell. All right, here we go with another one. Let's see what happens if I put the Yule. Let's see, what letter do we need? Mule. 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 It looks like a horse, but it's not. It's not a horse, but it looks like a horse. This word you use all the time, and we've been spelling it a lot of different ways. Sometimes we spell it with a Q because that's what it sounds like. Cute. Cute. How about that? C-U-T-E. Now you know how to spell it with this vowel pattern. Cute. And here's a word we've been using in our Zooms. Can you read it? Mute. 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 We have to use the mute button on our microphone sometimes. Sometimes if there's a lot of noise. And here is a word that we use all the time. It is a really useful word, use. And you hear the S sounding a little like Z, use. And sometimes S will do that. It sort of changes its mind and sounds a little bit like Z. Use, U-S-E. I use a lot of tools for these videos. Okay, so let's move our magnet board out of the way and our letters out of the way, and let's do our pages and our reading. And here is our page. I'll just move that a little bit more in front of us. Okay, so each line has a picture and a word next to it that goes with the picture. First one might be a little confusing. Doesn't say bear. Number 1, this is a cute bear. It's so cute. And we're writing in the U and the E. And what I want you to do is I want you to say all the letters in the word as you're writing them, even if you don't have to. C-U-T-E. Cute. Number 2 is a cube. You're writing in the U silent E pattern. Again, say each letter. C-U-B-E. Cube. This is a duke. A duke is a title of royalty. And you'll see this a lot in stories that we read because it's a word that we can read. And she is singing a tune. A tune. On the back is free write, and it is a free write that the instructions say to think about our little book, Who Can Help? We read that in our last video. And write for a few minutes as much as you can, as well as you can, about how the children in the story help. So if you forget the story, this is it. Remember that Sam had a problem, broken easel. Deb came to help him fix it. Maybe she used some tape. And then Deb had a problem, water spilling everywhere, and Sam helping to mop. So write a little bit about that and write for 3 minutes or so for that. Okay, let's move on to our story this week, and we are going to see a lot of words with long U. That's what we're looking for today, is words with long U. This story, when I read it at first, it was a little confusing to me what the action was what was happening in the story, what the actions were. So I used a strategy that good readers use all the time, and I reread. That means I read it again, the parts I didn't understand. And then I also looked at the pictures to try to get an idea, well, what do they mean when they say that? So let's stop a few times and try that strategy if we're confused. A good time for Luke. We have long I silent E for time and long U silent E for Luke. And Luke is someone's name. Luke is 5. He can run quick. We like to play with Luke. So there's Luke, and there's all his friends. They like to play with him. Must be fun. Set up a date for Luke. A date? A date for what? I see them circling a day on the calendar. And I also see this party hat, and it made me wonder, is this for a party? And it looks like a birthday hat. Maybe they're sending invitations for a birthday for this date. Jot Luke a quick note. Ooh, there's long O silent E pattern. We've learned that too. We can have a good time. There's our new Fastest Snap sight word. Good. Well, let's look over here and see what these kids are up to. We are here for Luke. Deb can set it up, up, up. Tim has a bit of tape to fix a rip. All right, so it looks like Deb is putting up a sign, and this sign says, Happy Birthday, Luke. So our prediction about what they were doing is correct. They're all there for his birthday. Here's Tim. He's fixing the rip with some tape. And those are all words we can read now because we learned that long vowel pattern. Long A silent E, long O silent E, long I silent E. Mike can make a big cake. Ooh, good job, Mike. That is a big cake. He can make it in a tin pan. June, that's someone's name. It can also mean a month of the year, but in this case, it's her name. June can use a red tube. June can use a red tube. That confused me at first. So I looked at the red tube and I saw, oh, I understand now. When I look at the picture, I see she's using a red tube of red frosting to frost the cake. That made sense to me. Now I understand what the story is saying. Look, June can tape it up on top. Luke can take it home. Luke is a fun kid in luck. Now, this story is using all the skills you have learned. Who, there's our other fastest snap sight word, who can get Luke? Where can we hide? Oh, they're going to hide, like maybe they're going to jump out for a surprise. Luke will like it a lot. So I'm going to go back and read that again. I'm going to look at the picture and I see what they're doing now. Where can we hide? Luke will like it a lot. They are planning a surprise for Luke. I get it now. I understand. I had to reread it and look at the picture carefully so I understood what they were doing. Luke can see Deb, Tim, Mike, June, and Kate. Is he surprised? Do you think they're standing up and saying, surprise? Luke can have fun. We have fun with Luke. So this is his birthday and they are having fun. And the kids planned a party and it was a surprise. So Luke can have a good time at his birthday party. Okay, we may look at that story again. So that's the end of our reading, and I'm going to do our math on a second video. So we'll start our addition vocabulary cards then, and I'll see you then.